Hello YouTube, hello MGTOW, hello Red Pill, this is Red Pill in the Wind. Now, I'm going to explain why you can't call MGTOW a group. See, the problem is, you've got too many dynamics in MGTOW that have zero cohesion whatsoever. Now, if you were to be paying attention, MGTOW stands for men going the wrong way. That's understandable. From the outside looking in, it seems to be like it's a group. It seems to be a group. Now, here's where things get interesting. Let's start with the Black Manosphere. You've got all these people that are not all in the same group, that do not think the same way, that are not headed in the same direction, that are not even in the same book. Which basically fractures them down to a whole group of people, to small groups of people that think similar to one another. Not like one another, similar to one another. Then you basically have another group outside of that which basically thinks similar to one another, but completely deviate from these people way over here. And then basically you basically compile that up to multiple different ways of thinking, where small groups of people basically have with similar mindsets, similar thought process, similar things, but only one thing keeps them within an even keel. Within, and I use a large and basically that's using a large margin for error. Jay MGTOW is not going to think the same as MGTOW Savior. Is going to think are two completely opposite spectrums. You get our understanding here? I don't think the same as Miss MGTOW Masterisi. We're all on different, complete opposite spectrums. As an example, you can't loop Hammerhand with Quiet Earp. They're two different specters. They're two different people. They're two different personalities. Hammerhand's more the in your face, up in your grill type person, and Quiet Earp is more the relaxed, cool, calm, collected type person that will wait for you to screw up and then he will jump upon you. Quiet Earp's more the defensive type. JD Miles is more of an attack dog. Basically, more of an attack dog. Charge in, bite as much as you can, and then once you rip off a piece of flesh, go for another. I am more of a, I'm more of a watch and wait and see what happens. So you cannot, you cannot call multiple groups of people within the same group, because they have a whole way of doing things, a whole way of seeing things, a whole way of interacting with things. Even though I am a part of the Ticosphere, I go into other sectors and other spheres of the groups of the group that you're trying to name, that you're trying to label everybody else. True Sherman's had children, so you can't call him an incel. Tico's red pill. He's not MGTOW. You get the drift there? So by you saying that MGTOW is a group shows you how much you know about MGTOW, how much you sit back and watch MGTOW, because you don't know a lot of MGTOWs that permeate within this thing that you call a group. There are too many dynamics. There are too many people. There are too many people doing their own thing. And basically what it is you don't know jack and or squat. So you can't call it a group because A, there's no meeting point. B, there's no facility we're meeting. C, I'm still waiting on my robes, which I'm probably not going to get because it's not a group. Groups can be hijacked. Ideals can't. We all have a different ideal. We all have a different mindset. So that's what makes it so difficult to call it a group. Unless you're uneducated. But then again, on to the next. Well, about Baron Yam. First things foremost, like me, Q, you don't ever talk to Baron Yam. I tried to contact you. In fact, hold on. Wait a second. Wait a minute. I tried to contact you before. I tried to contact you before. But you feel the need not to pick up so that we can discuss things. So that we can clarify things. But you, in your infinite wisdom, fail to clarify anything. You don't want clarity. You want chaos, which makes me understand which makes me think and believe that you want chaos. Unless this is in your Discord. Which basically some believe is that you don't want any form of clarity. I speak to Baron Yam over the phone on a regular basis. I speak to Tico Trent over the phone on a regular basis. I speak to True Sherm. I speak to Duzangs. Double I, aka Lost Dad. I speak to a lot of people. I speak to MGTOW Savior. I speak to Screwhead. Which again is another dynamic way of thinking. Which is another way of thinking that proves that MGTOW is difficult to call them a group. So when you go here and sit around here and calling us basically the little rascals, which one's buckwheat? Which one's alfalfa? Which one's Spanky? Which one's and which one's frog? Tell me. It appears that you have a problem. You have a problem with distinguishing groups of people from a group. There are groups, but the problem altogether, they're not a group. Groups of people, problem is they're not a group. Rolling right along, it appears that you go after the people who you feel that you can take down. Who you feel you can take down, or who you can twist their words into whatever narrative that you shoot out. Q. Henceforth, you going after J.D. Miles. Well, J.D. Miles knows what he's talking about, but the problem is he can't articulate it properly. His mind probably, judging by that, his mind probably works faster than his mouth can keep up. That's typically what happens with people who basically have a really active mind. So by you going after him is basically proving you that you're the mule, I should so to say, you know, also known as the jackass, the donkey, any of the hoofed animals that basically are usually the workhorse. Moving right along, you go after Corey Steele for some sort of thing, which is similar to the Sears and Roebuck catalog, the Hanes commercials, Hanes catalog, the underwear commercials in Toys R Us or Kids R Us, Babies R Us, something similar to that. Because why you need a boogeyman? Because you need a boogeyman in order to feel relevant. So basically, by going after things such as the Hanes magazine, the Hanes underwear commercials, the Gap, the Baby Gap, and many other of these commercials, you want to basically pin all of this stuff on him. But not only that, you can't seem to fight and win your own battles, so you have to get other people involved who are just going to basically just scream and read until somebody feels sympathy for them. Because you can't seem to fight your own battles. So you go after the weakest link to try to figure out how to plan to get to the people that are stronger. Hint, hint, you seem to be going after True Sherm and his son, which basically is just going to piss him off. You go after Spider 32. Oh, well, what are you going after him for? You're the pot calling the kettle black. So you're going after True Sherm for his legs and probably Spider 32 for something else, but yet you're the pot calling the kettle black. How about you get yourself in the gym and stop growing them chins? What are we up to, a double chin now? And you're 50-something years old? Hooray for the Joneses. You're up to a double chin. But yet you have the audacity to go after somebody for it because they skipped leg day one too many times. Good for you. You are real the embodiment of health and fitness. Right. Next down the list is Baron Yam. First things foremost, you don't talk to Baron Yam. I do. Tico does. Many of the people that aforementioned talk to Baron Yam. I actually have a lot of these people's numbers. And I talk to them on a regular basis. In fact, I talk, text, and some of them have actually seen my face. Some of them have actually seen my face, which is actually crazy, really. Which is actually crazy. It's impressive that some of them have actually seen my face. Doc Holliday has seen my face. Oh wait, that's another man who's basically gone his own way. Doc Holliday has seen my face. Baron Yam has seen my face. Tico Trent has seen my face. True Sherm has seen my face. Double I has seen my face. Screwhead has seen my face. MGTOW Savior, I think he's seen my face. In fact, I know he's seen my face. What does that say about you? I've actually met Tico Trent in person. I've actually met Doc Holliday in person. But yet you have the audacity. You have the complete innate audacity to go about gallivanting about, oh, the manosphere this, the manosphere that, the manosphere is a group, MGTOW is a group, what? But you ain't did your research, and basically you can't distinguish a group of people from a group. What does that say? Oh, and yeah, one more thing. I want to share something with you. You know, ducks have a similarity to socialism and communism. since you want to basically ally yourself with ducks. See, ducks will court up until the point where their corkscrew phallus is showing. And female ducks have a maze-shaped receptacle for the male duck to counteract the male duck. If you catch my drift. If you catch my drift. See, the male duck will only court up until the point where he loses patience. Now let me show you how socialism works. In communism, they court the people until there are enough people on their side. And once enough people is on their side and are emotional, they then send the people on their side over to the opposing side so that they can then, deal with the people of the opposition. They use words as like, trust in me, trust in the government, trust in your leaders, trust in your politicians, trust in the science that we can get this done. Or pull together, if we pull together as a team, we can make this such and such great. And then they will completely and utterly destroy and ruin the country and the people. Strange, isn't it? They're similar to ducks. Same goal in mind, just different ways of getting there. Same goal, just a different way of doing it. You know, same goal, different way of doing things. Both of them are non-consensual. So you allied yourself with a socialite, huh? And the funny thing about ducks, the only thing worse than duck, or is different from ducks and socialites, is the fact, well, didn't John Lennon get betrayed and his backstabbed by his own people? Weird. You know, there's something I want to bring up. Logic Only Zone stabbed True Sherm in the back. When it was when True Sherm used to do Shermanation. Yep. True Sherm was stabbed in the back by Logic Only Zone. Now, I'd have to go try and track down the Shermanation of it, but that's the hard part. And it just seems that, it just seems that you don't want to do the hard part, so I may have to do it for you. That double chin seems to be working out pretty good. And inevitably, Logic Only Zone's gonna stab you in the back. It's only a matter of time. So between you not being able to fight your own battles to get other people involved who are just gonna scream and cry until they get their way, and you basically allying yourself with somebody who's going to inevitably stab you in the back, leave you without a a pot to piss in and a window to throw it out of, you out in the cold? You sure are a free, independent thinker. You sure are an independent thinker. Just like those ducks. Quack, quack, big fella. Quack, quack. Ducks are in a cage, waiting to be bought and put on the dinner table. You claim yourself to be independent thinkers, but yet you don't understand the thing that you're supporting. It seems to me, oh man, I should probably get some sleep. You know, I should probably get some sleep. Now, that being said, it is what it is. Now, what I'm going to say, the next thing I'm going to say, expresses about game, because apparently Q and these pickup artists have now converged. See, women and men follow the same type of game. They're just two ways of getting there. Now, in a Ticosphere, we have said that if your girl can be taken by somebody spitting game, that means that she can be taken from you as well. And this is something that these pickup artists aren't going to say because they don't know this. And they don't want to be admitted, they're not willing to admit it, and a lot of men aren't willing to admit it. Men fall into the visual game. And if a woman got her man off of a big chest, small waist, or big chest, slim, thick waist with a pretty face, guess what? There's always somebody with a prettier face. There's always somebody with a big chest, slim, thick waist. I mean, it is what it is, you know. There's always somebody with bigger and better. You might want to develop on your personality. You know? And I've always said, if you got to spit game to get a woman, that one is, or Tico, like Tico's already said, if you got to spit game to get a woman, that means it's not for you to keep. And I also do the same thing for the ladies. If you asked your man what he sees in you, and it ain't nothing but a thin, slim, thick waist and a big chest, big bust, well, guess what? There's always somebody with a cup larger than you. There's always somebody with a bigger hips and a prettier face. And on top of that, the thing is, a lot of these pickup artists seem to talk this game about, oh, I know what I'm talking about. I talked to a pimp, or I paid a pimp to learn the game. See, the only way to learn the game with a pimp is to be his protege and do some of the things that pimps do that I'm pretty sure that a lot of these pickup artists don't have the heart to do. I will freely admit that I ain't got the heart to do it. The things that these pimps do. And I have no shame in my game. No shame in admitting something that I am not capable of doing. You know, that's the thing about my channel. I'm not gonna claim to be an alpha. Now, Yam and Tico basically call me an alpha, basically in jest. And I tell them to stop cursing at me. I ain't an alpha. I'm not a Chad. I'm not a freaking whatever. I am just me. I don't even know what category I fall into, and I really don't care. And I really don't care to find out. So it said something about a Sigma, whatever, the piss-leaning alpha or something to that nature. But that's neither here nor there. But hey, that's crazy. That's really crazy. But there are free thinkers out there that seem to believe the crap that is being spread to them. But that's none of my business. But this tea is sure good. This lemon iced tea is real good. This is Red Pill in the Wind signing off.